What's going on, ballers? Thanks so much for tuning in again, and welcome back to another Big J Basketball box break video. Today we're not breaking any boxes. This is a special one. I've got a few requests to do my best card from every team in the league. So I went through and I put together a list of my best card from all 30 teams in the NBA. It was actually a pretty fun process to go through. You'll see some stuff you've probably seen before, maybe some stuff you haven't seen. Some cards from $5 all the way up to thousands of dollars. So let's not waste any time and get right into the countdown. I'll break this down into tiers. The first tier is like cards I just was really having trouble finding something good for a specific team. So let's start with those right off the bat. So the first team is the Pacers. I have almost no Pacers cards at all. These were my two best Pacers cards, and it's of a guy, Paul George, who hasn't even been on the Pacers in a really long time. These are both like retro throwback cards to when he was a rookie on the Pacers. So we got a clearly Donruss retro rated rookie from 2019-20 and a Recon Rookie Review. This is the red parallel numbered to 199. So I have both of these because I put both of these full sets together, and you'll see some more of these rated rookies showing up as we go through this countdown. These are worth maybe like $5 each. So definitely starting off on the low end here. Next team is Hawks. Same thing, couldn't really find a whole lot. Had Trey from the same clearly Donruss rated rookie set and from the Prism Flashback set. I put this set together a while back, and these cards have all tanked since I bought these. These were all real expensive when this set first came out, and they are not worth as much right now. These are maybe $5 to $10 each. On average. Jazz is the next team. Got a couple of Donovan Mitchell cards. Again, guy who's not even on the Jazz anymore. We got a Slam Hollow. And once again, clearly Donruss, retro rated rookie. You're going to see a few more of these. We're not done going through this. Again, maybe $5 to $10 each, somewhere in that range on these. Let's take a look at the next two teams together. Suns and Nuggets. Booker and Joker. So again, same card from the same set, clearly Donruss, retro rated rookie. The Booker last sold for about $20 pretty recently. The Joker last sold for around $34 back on August 23rd. So still cheap stuff, getting a little bit better. Next card, we got T-Wolves KG Gallery of Heroes. So you can see the cards that I that I like with the clear acetate stuff from the retro rated rookie set from clearly Donruss. This is from Topps Gallery. So this is was an acetate card, Gallery of Heroes, kind of one of the first stained glass looking cards that was put into production years ago. Last sale on this one was August 15th, sold for $40. So still dealing with some cheap stuff. Might see some more expensive stuff pretty soon. For the Kings, I don't think I even had a $5 card on the Kings like I had for the Pacers or the Hawks, but I do have a dual card with Denny and Hedo Turkoglu, and he's on the Kings on this card. It's a gold insert, numbered 10 out of 10. I don't really have any sales data on this. I think maybe if this sold now, it would go for like $30, maybe, but I really have no idea. I think it's a pretty cool looking card though. Hedo, man, that guy was a lights out shooter back in the day when he was in the NBA. Next up, we got Sixers. So we got Embiid. Again, don't have a lot of Sixers or Embiid cards. This one is not worth a ton. I actually set the last comp when I bought this for $20, so it's probably not worth any more than $20. But still trying to slowly work at putting this Obsidian Vitreous set together. It's a super rare card. These don't pop up for sale very often, but Embiid stuff doesn't command a huge amount of money. For the Pistons, we got Jalen Duren. I just pulled this card last week from Crown Royale. It's numbered at 18. And you can kind of see, I wonder if I can get the camera to look at it right. You can see there it says like Crown Royale sort of in the background there on the shadow of the card. I'm trying to work on a deal with this one. It's worth about $25. Probably won't be in my PC very much longer. But for right now, I don't have a lot of Pistons stuff, so that's all we got for Pistons. All right, this next card is going to bring us kind of from the really cheap section into starting to get towards some more better stuff. For the Grizzlies, we got Ja Morant Stained Glass. from 2020-21 Mosaic. Jaws stuff is still down a lot. Maybe we'll see if his stock can go back up if he plays really well next year. Obviously, he's suspended at the beginning of the season, so it's going to take a while to see Ja play. But last sale on this one was $75 back on September 6th. That was always like a over $100 card, but now definitely under $100. Next team is the Hornets, and I'm a big Alonzo Mourning collector, so you might think I had Hornets would be higher up on the list, but a lot of Mourning's big cards actually that I have are on the Heat. So for the Hornets, cheated and threw in 2 cards. This is my rarest Alonzo Mourning card, black gold prism, numbered only to 5. And yes, it's just in a soft sleeve. I keep this in a binder, so as soon as this video is over, it's going right back in the binder. I didn't transfer it to a top load or anything like that. I don't really know what the value would be like on this. I bought this as soon as this set came out in early 2020 for like $80. I got it on one at auction. I don't think I've seen, and that was back in 2020, and more than 3 years have passed since then. I don't think I've seen another copy of this card sell since I got it over 3 years ago. So I don't really know where to value it at, but I definitely wanted to show it off for this. And here's another Hornets. Love the big M nameplate in Mourning on this flawless game use patch, red, numbered out of 15, numbered 1 out of 15. I think I did see another. I've seen other copies of this card with the same M in there. I think the last one sold for around $250-ish somewhere. I definitely would not sell this card for that price. And if I found another one, I'd probably pay a little bit more to get in my PC. So that is it for the Hornets. Now you're gonna see a whole lot of the same card in this next little section here. For the Pelicans, you think I might have a Zion card, but no. Anthony Davis for the Pelicans. Kaboom. This is my lowest graded Kaboom. It's a PSA near mint 7. So I couldn't find a sale for a PSA 7 in this card, but I did see a a raw recently sold for $260, and an SGC 6.5, which is actually a kind of a lower tier grading company in terms of value. And a 6.5 is lower than a 7. If the SGC 6.5 sold for $180, I got to imagine this would sell somewhere between the 180 and the 260 that the raw went for. So first Kaboom there. More Kabooms coming. You're going to see a lot of Kabooms. We got. I'll show these two together. 2 former teammates for the Nets on this card. He's a Nets player, and for the Celtics we got Rondo. So we got Pierce on the Nets, Rondo on the Celtics. These are both in the $200 range. The Pierce last sold for $245 back on October 16th of 2022. The Rondo sold for $283 on October 28th, also in 2022. So 2 more Kabooms there, and we're not done with Kabooms yet. You're going to see a bunch more of these as we continue to go through these teams. Clippers. My best Clippers card is a Blake Griffin. Kaboom. I got this full set, all 20 cards. I think like 12 of the 20 cards that I have in this set are in this countdown with all the top for each team in the league. This one's a PSA 8. Last sale for a PSA 8 was on June 15th of this year, 2023. Sold for $230. Another Kaboom. Dame Time. PSA 8 again. The last batch, unfortunately, that I sent in a big batch of these all together. They all got PSA 8s. I was kind of bummed that they all got 8s. I thought a bunch of these could have gotten 9s. Dame being one of them. I thought this looked good enough that it could have gotten a 9. But unfortunately, PSA 8, this one last sold on May 21st, 2023 for $207. So only $200. So Dame sold less than Blake Griffin, Rondo, and Pierce. All of the recent sales for those PSA 8s were more than the Lillard. So his market seems like it's probably down pretty much. Next interesting one, another Kaboom. But what's interesting about this? Bulls, my best Bulls card by far, Derrick Rose, PSA 8. This one has sold pretty high recently. On April 16th of 2023 this year, one of these sold for $355, which again, that's more than all these guys here. And then I found another recent sale for $800 on September 6th. It was a buy it now. Pretty big sale. I don't know, $800 seems a little high for this card. I would anticipate the next sale to be lower for sure, probably get closer to that $355 mark. but man, $800 for that card. That's pretty crazy. Thunder, KD. I was kind of hoping I had a non-Kaboom KD Thunder card to show off. I have some that may be close to this value, but not quite there yet. Another PSA 8, last sale for PSA 8, and this 2013 Kaboom went for $415 back on July 20th of this year. Next Kaboom, Dirk, PSA 9. So the next couple Kabooms actually got mint 9, so these are the values on these are a little bit higher than some of the PSA 8s and again, obviously he plays on the Mavs. So I thought maybe I would have a Luka card show up on the list here, but I don't have any Lukas, any super big Luka cards like this, so nothing that was gonna reach the value of this Dirk Kaboom. Last PSA 9 that sold for this Dirk Kaboom, $485 back on December 5th, 2022. And another PSA 9 Kaboom, this is gonna be for the Rockets, James Harden. And surprisingly, this sold, last PSA 9 sold pretty well. A lot of Harden stuff doesn't sell all that great, but I guess being a PSA 9 low pop card of the first year Kaboom. Last one of these that sold went for $525 pretty recently on August 12th of 2023. And we got another Kaboom, but this is a different year at least. 2020 Kaboom, this is my best Wizards card. I have a lot of Denny cards I could have thrown in here, but none of them really come close to the value of this Kaboom, and it's mainly because it's a PSA 10. If this wasn't a 10, it wouldn't be quite as valuable, but still being a rookie year Kaboom as well also helps add some of the value to this. So my best Wizards card, PSA 10 Kaboom, last sale, $455, and that was pretty recent as well on August 11th, 2023. All right, this next section is getting into more of the real big time cards. So not like these aren't worth a lot. They're obviously all really nice, expensive cards for the most part. But the majority of the ones in the last section here are either like $1,000 cards or getting close to that range or have sold somewhere in that range. First one I'm going to show off is for the Orlando Magic, Paolo Banchero. This is from Chronicles. Pulled this out of that Chronicles hobby box back there. Titanium, numbered only to 5. This one is 3 out of 5. I don't really know how to comp this card. I haven't found any sales yet. Probably either they haven't been pulled or whoever else pulled one is either holding it or maybe sold it privately, not publicly. That's a really sought after set. Being numbered to only 5 adds some more value to it, I would think. Closest I could find, there was a Scotty Barnes from this same set numbered to 4 that sold for over $1,000. I'm not sure if this one would sell for that much, but I'm sure if I put it for auction, it would get run up pretty high. So definitely a biggest Magic card for sure. Next couple teams, I cheated again, threw in 2 cards because I wasn't quite sure how to value which one would be the top value. So for the Raptors, actually, got 2 really big Raptors cards. So I didn't really anticipate Raptors being so high on the list of my best cards from top 30 teams, but I'm a big John Wallace collector, so I have these from 97 Metal Universe and 98, both PMGs, both numbered out of 50. So 27 out of 50 here and 49 out of 50 on that one. I would say this one probably would be worth more. It's better grade. It's a PSA 8. PSA 8s are actually a really good grade. For these cards, they were not easy to grade. This one's only a PSA 6, but again, very tough to grade. So grade isn't as important on this one, but both super rare, both numbered to 50. PMGs are really sought after. Tons of collectors go after these. So I would definitely put these somewhere in the $500 to $1,000 range for each of those. Next team, I cheated again and put 2 cards just because I had to for Ginobili, my guy. So the 2 cards I picked for the Spurs, we got an SGC 10 Kaboom Pop 1. There's no other 10s of this card in existence. There's no PSA 10s. There are some BGS 9.5s, but there's no BGS 10s. So this is the only 10 that exists for his 2014 Kaboom. And a PSA 10 Gold Refractor, numbered out of 50, 24 out of 50. I got almost a full run of Topps Chrome Gold Refractors. This is the only one that I have that's a PSA 10. The others are all PSA 8s or 9s. So in terms of value, I bought both of these already graded. I actually bought this for I think around $800, but that was close to 2 years ago when the market was a lot hotter. So it's probably not worth that as much anymore. Again, I won this on eBay for $610. So again, maybe I bought it a little closer to the peak, so it might not be worth quite as much anymore. But again, probably two of my most valuable Ginobili cards right there. So there you go for the Spurs. So we only got about 5 or 6 teams left, nearing the end of the countdown for the Cavs. Of course, we got a LeBron for the Cavs. Upper Deck rookie, PSA 10, pretty hard card to grade, pretty low pop in terms of his other rookies. If you look at the PSA 10 pop for like his Topps Chrome, there's like, I feel like 10 times, or maybe like 5 times more PSA 10s for his Topps Chrome than there is of this. I think there's only like 300 or some, 300 so copies of this card. But value has been dropping on this. This used to be easily over $1,000. Sold pretty recently. Actually, I think just last week, most recent sale on September 14th of this year, sold for $765. So that's actually pretty low for this card. I don't know if I would anticipate it dropping much below that. That might be kind of a new low mark. I'm not sure if you'll see them cheaper than that anytime soon. For the Knicks, got another John Wallace. So again, big time John Wallace collector. PMG red. This is easily over $1,000, or maybe not easily over $1,000, but definitely the last few sales for sure have all been over $1,000. And actually a copy with the exact same grade, PSA 5. Generally the grade doesn't matter too much on these unless it's a really high grade, then it'll have a premium. But kind of middle of the road grades, like a 5 on this. PSA grades these cards super, super, super tough. They're real tough on the edges and corners and will ding you like crazy for all of the chipping that's very common on these cards. 46 out of 100. Golden Auctions sold a PSA 5, so same card, same exact grade, and that card sold for $1,050 back on August 17th of this year. So pretty recent comp for that one. Next team up is going to be the Bucks. So we got Giannis. This is a 1819 Immaculate patch autograph, game worn patch, on card auto, numbered to only 25. Still got the Panini seal on it. Very cool looking card. And Giannis, I don't think signs for Panini anymore. At least he hasn't in the past few years. So this is one of his kind of later autos that he signed before he stopped signing with Panini. Also did find a recent sale on this one. Again, I think also through Golden. Sold for $1,440 on September 14th of this year. So another pretty recent comp on that one. Next team is going to be the Heat. So we got another LeBron, going back to our KABOOMS again. I mean, there's not much else to say. It's an awesome card, awesome KABOOM. Everybody loves these. PSA 8, so not the best grade, but still being LeBron, still a super valuable card. Last sale on this one was June 18th of 2023. And that sold for $1,575. And we just got 2 teams left. You might be able to guess what cards are coming if you are familiar with the channel. Next team is going to be Lakers. And again, cheated, picked 2 cards, and there's a reason I wanted to show off 2 cards. So here are the 2 Lakers cards. We got the Kobe KABOOM PSA 9. Last sale on this one was just over $2,000 on November 29th of 2022. Not really sure what it would sell for now. I tried to find some other sales of other copies. A raw copy actually sold on July 23rd for $2,320. So if a raw copy now is selling more than this PSA 9 sold for, I can probably safely assume this would sell for a little bit more if it went to market again. Also saw a BGS 9.5 sell for over $4,000. So a PSA 9 probably should not sell for as much as a 9.5. But it wouldn't sell for too much lower. So maybe around the $2,500, $3,000 range that card would be at now. This one is very interesting. So last sales I saw this one for just still in the Panini encasing. I think this was probably redemption when these cards first came out. Around the $2,000 range. So not, a super crazy amount. However, I did see on August 29th of this year, 2023, BGS 9 with auto 10 grade sold for $16,000. You can go to eBay. The sale is probably still there. I think that's wrong. I don't think this is anywhere close to a $16,000 card, but if there's any way that sale is actually real and someone would pay the same amount for this card, if they would pay that for a BGS 9, you can have it. I'll sell it for $16,000 if anybody wants this, but I don't really think that's a real sale. But still, I thought that was interesting and wanted to show that off. And then the very last card, very last team, Warriors, Steph Curry, Kaboom. And the reason that this one is so much more expensive than the others, it's a PSA 10 out of all the cards I graded from this set that I put together, 2013, very first year of Kaboom. This was the only one to get a PSA 10 and definitely one of the good players to get in a PSA 10. Last sale on this is $4,400 on December 31st, 2022. Haven't seen any PSA 10s go up for sale since then. Other recent sales I could find, PSA 9 and BGS 9, both sold for around $1,700. So this being a PSA 10 would definitely hold a premium over both of those. But this still holding on as the most valuable card in my collection. That's going to do it. Top card from every team in all 30 teams in the league. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this one. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all on the next video.